live stream at the half. Steelers lead the Packers 16-7. Run down some first half stats in this game here. 178 yards of total offense for the Steelers, 165 for the Packers. That really changed from the first quarter as the Packers managed just a little over 40 yards of offense in that second quarter. Jordan Love throwing the football in the first half, 13 for 18, 146 yards and 1 touchdown. Kraft, his leading receiver, 2 catches, 49 yards and 1 touchdown. Leading receiver yardage-wise. Running the football, only 19 yards rushing in the first half for Green Bay. They got nothing going at all in the running game. 8 different receivers for Green Bay in that first half for their 146 yards. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers, 11 of 15, passing the football for 102 yards and 1 touchdown. Running the football, Jaylen Warren rushed it 10 times for 50 yards. 5 carries for 31 yards in that first half. For Kenneth Gainwell, Pittsburgh did manage 81 yards on the ground. 9 different receivers Aaron Rodgers found in that first half. Only one receiver he found more than once, and that was DK Metcalf, 3 times, 17 yards, and he has the receiving touchdown. Time of possession in the first half, Pittsburgh had it for 17 minutes, 48 seconds. They had the football for over 11 minutes in that second quarter. Packers had the ball in the first half, 12 minutes, 12 seconds. Neither team turned it over in the first half. Penalties, Pittsburgh penalized 4 times for 35 yards. Green Bay 3 times for 36 yards, and a very costly defensive pass interference on that last Steelers touchdown drive there at the end of the first half. That ended up helping keep the drive alive for the Steelers and eventually led to the touchdown that made it 16-7. Which is the score right now as we get ready to start quarter number 3 at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. On a 48-degree evening in Pittsburgh, starting to feel like fall. And football weather. It was 52 at kickoff. And the Steelers will have possession to open the second half of play. As we are just about to get half number 2 started. Green Bay coming in at 4-1-1 on the season. Unbeaten in their last 3 games. Steelers coming off a loss last Thursday night to the Bengals. Steelers a big game next week as they stay at home. The Steelers will host the NFL-leading Indianapolis Colts. Next Sunday, Packers return home to Lambeau Field and host the Carolina Panthers next week. So here we go. Half number 2 getting set to begin. Green Bay set to kick this off. And we are underway, half number 2. Taken at the 2-yard line, across the 10, 15, 20-yard line, 25, and Gainwell will be dropped at the 27 on the kick return. So that's where the Steelers will start their first possession of the second half. 1st and 10 at their own 27. Rodgers under center on this first snap of the third quarter. Rodgers fakes the handoff. Now will roll right. Rodgers still looking. Rodgers just heaves out of bounds. There was nothing downfield at all. And Rodgers wisely just threw the football out of bounds the sideline. 2nd down and 10. Second and 10 for Pittsburgh. Warren in the backfield with Rodgers on the 2nd and 10 play. Rodgers. And the quick throw left side, and the pass is caught but immediately dropped for a gain of only a couple. It's Freiermuth with the catch, and Freiermuth still down. Carrington Valentine delivered the hit for Freiermuth. Hit him a little low there. And the training staff out to have a look at Freiermuth. Freiermuth does get up, and good to see him walking off under his own power. Little gimpy, but he does make it over to the Pittsburgh sideline. Looked like Valentine on the tackle got his helmet on Freiermuth's knee. Third and 8 from the 29. Rodgers looking. Rodgers throws, incomplete. And Pittsburgh will punt the football away. Rodgers is looking for some kind of penalty, but he's not going to get it. Roman Wilson, the intended receiver. I think Rodgers thought he was interfered with, but there's no flag. Now the officials are discussing things here. Now it's Rodgers was adamant there should have been a penalty called there. I think he was thinking Green Bay was offsides. And looking at the replay, that was close, but I don't think he made it quite into the neutral zone before the snap. So Pittsburgh will have to punt this. Corliss Whiteman on to punt. And gets the punt away. This is returnable. Taken at the 22. Well, Dobbs waited too long, and he gets tackled right there. Flags on the play, so we'll see what this is about. Side judge, his hat is off. It's going to be a hold, however, on Green Bay. And that's going to move the football inside the 15. So the Packers will come out for their first possession of the second half. 14:01 to play in the third quarter. First down, Green Bay. After the penalty, it's going to be first down back at the 10. Love the give to Jacobs, who goes nowhere on first down. Pittsburgh defense right there to get to Jacobs and hold him to no gain. Second down and 10. Second and 10. From the 10. Love looking, throws, pass complete, and down at the 15-yard line. Gain of 5 on that second down pass. It'll be third down and 5. First reception of the game for Luke Musgrave. Third down, 5 Packers. Football to 15. Packers yet to convert a third down tonight. They're 0 for 4. Love on third and 5. Hit as he throws, and it's going to be caught across the 40, 50, 40, inside the 35, still on his feet, and down to the 26-yard line. I have no idea how Jordan Love was able to complete that pass. A big gainer on third down. Tucker Kraft, another big reception, and keeps the drive alive for the Packers. Wow. Might have been a little bit of interference there with Pittsburgh too, but there was no flag thrown. But nonetheless, it's a huge gain for Green Bay on third down and 5. "59 yards on the pass on third down and 5 from Love to Tucker Kraft. Let's have a break in the action here. In case you missed the news a little bit ago, not NFL related, but out of college football, LSU has fired head football coach Brian Kelly. So that will mean Brian Kelly will be owed $54 million on a buyout from LSU. So the interim or the associate head coach for LSU, Frank Wilson, will take over. Well, again, Brian Kelly out at LSU following the loss last night to Texas A&M in a game where they just got absolutely smashed in the second half. Injured Pittsburgh Steeler on this last play. That was the reason for the injury timeout. Deshaun Elliott, and he needs assistance getting to the sideline. So here's a first down carry for Jacobs. And a good gain there on first down for Jacobs of 6 yards, bringing up second down and 4 at the 20. Second and 4, football sitting right at the 20-yard line. Again, it's Jacobs. Jacobs will pick up a yard or so, bringing up third down and 3 as the Packers have drove it down into the red zone. Third down and 2, they will say. And on third and 2, Jacobs will not get there. He's going to be a yard short. So what do you do here if you're Coach LaFleur on fourth down and a yard? Field goal would make it a one-score game, but McManus has missed 2 tonight. And he's going to leave the offense out there. On 4th and 1 from the 17. And throws to a wide-open Tucker Kraft. First down and goal to go at the 9-yard line. Kraft goes out of bounds. A 4th and 1 conversion on a pass to Tucker Kraft. First and goal, Green Bay. First down, goal to go. They're spotting it right at the 10. Love in trouble. Love throws. That's Kraft again, and Kraft gets up to the 8-yard line. Second and goal. Second down, goal to go at the 8. Kraft going to the sideline for a quick breather here. 9 minutes and counting left in the third. Second and goal. Love, screen pass, left side, and it will be a Green Bay touchdown. Savion Williams. The 9-yard touchdown pass from Love, and the Packers can pull within 2 with the extra point. Extra point attempt. up and good, and we've got ourselves a 2-point game in Pittsburgh. As the Packers just march it 9 plays, 90 yards, 5 minutes, 13 seconds, capped off with an 8-yard touchdown pass. Jordan Love to Savion Williams. And it is now 16-14 Steelers over the Packers. So a big answer for Green Bay here in this third quarter. So now can the Steelers offense answer? Packers getting set to kick the football back to Pittsburgh. Jordan Love now 18 of 23 for 227 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tucker Kraft, 5 catches, 117 yards, including that big 59-yard gainer on 3rd and 5 to keep this last drive alive. So here we go, the kickoff. Short kick taken at the 10, and not much of a return across the 20 up to the 23-yard line, and that's where Pittsburgh will start this next drive. First down Steelers. Here's a handoff to Warren, and Warren will pick up 3 up to the 26-yard line. Second and 6, they'll say. So they give Warren 4 yards on that first down run. Rodgers throw to an open receiver. That's DK Metcalf. And Metcalf up to midfield. And a first down for Pittsburgh. "23 yards to DK Metcalf and a Steelers first down. Rodgers Screen pass over to Warren. Warren, first down yardage inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. Another first down for Pittsburgh. $13 more. First down Steelers from the Packers 37. Rodgers is sacked. Did that ball come out? Green Bay says they have the football. Both teams pointing there. It's Green Bay football off a Rodgers fumble. After they unpile the bodies, the signal is Green Bay football. Oh, now actually on the replay, was that going to... Did Rodgers attempt to throw that ball? Is that going to be an incomplete pass? But he just threw it directly into the ground, so I don't know. Well, he did throw it forward. It was like a spike, but he was in the process of being sacked. So the question is, as we've got a little scuffle here afterwards between the two teams. So Rodgers looked like he was throwing the ball, but it was doing the motion like it was a spike while he was being sacked. So yes, it was going forward for an incomplete pass. It's probably not going to be a fumble, but will there be intentional grounding with that? They have signaled incomplete pass. That looks like the correct call on the replay. However, it was just like a spike, and so is intentional grounding going to come into play is the question. As calmness has presided over the two teams again. So it's 2nd and 10 for Pittsburgh. 6:28 remaining in the third quarter. And no, just a straight incomplete pass. So somehow Rodgers managed to avoid the sack, and now it's 2nd and 10. And left side, a juggle of a catch, friend. Nothing doing. Calvin Austin the third with the reception, but it goes nowhere as he was bobbling it. Maybe a yard, but that's it. 3rd and long for Pittsburgh. Under 6 minutes to go in the third. Steelers 1 for 6 on third downs tonight. And a timeout looks like it's been called by Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers still really frustrated out there as he's coming off to the sideline. 5:43 to go in the third. 16-14 Pittsburgh, but they have a 3rd and 10 coming up. Well, Aaron Rodgers has been showing a lot of frustration all night long. So 3rd and 10 for the Steelers. Football from the Packers 37. Rodgers takes the shotgun snap. Rodgers throws incomplete, intended for DK Metcalf. It was a little high. And now on fourth down, looks like they're going to bring Boswell back in for another field goal attempt. And Rodgers again shaking his head in frustration as he walks to the sideline. Boswell will try his fourth field goal of the night. This one will be from 56. He made a 56 earlier in the game, and he puts it right through again from 56. His second of the night from that distance, his third from 50 and plus tonight, and the Steelers build the lead back to 5, 19-14. Drive for the Steelers, 7 plays, 39 yards, 3 minutes, 14 seconds. Chris Boswell, 56-yard field goal. Second one of those tonight, and the Steelers lead 19-14. So Green Bay will get the football down 5. Packers got a touchdown on their last drive. Now let's see what they will do on this ensuing drive. Steelers to kick it off. And this is taken at the 4, across the 10, 15, 20-yard line. And the 22-yard line is where Savion Williams will be stopped, and that's where the Packers will start this next drive. Trailing 19-14. .534 to play in quarter number 3. First down, Packers. From the 22. Love fakes the handoff. Love looking. Love throws. Pass caught. And it'd be a first down and more across the 35 up to the 36-yard line. A gain of 14. Emmanuel Wilson on the reception. First down, Packers. From the 36, first down for Green Bay. And this is a handoff to Wilson, and Wilson up to the 40-yard line. Gain of 4 brings up second down and 6. Deshaun Elliott, the Steelers defender, suffered that knee injury earlier. He was taken on a cart back to the locker room. He is out the rest of this game. Second and 6 for Green Bay. Pass, and there's a reception and another first down for Green Bay. Malik Heath with the reception. Packers move the sticks once again. Clock running, 3:20 in the third. 47-yard line, first down, Packers. This is Wilson again, and Wilson will pick up 6 more into Steelers territory to the 47-yard line. Second and 4 from the Steelers' 47. Love looking, pass caught, first down, Packers. Matthew Golden, rookie out of Texas, with that reception. And the Packers move the sticks again. Jordan Love has completed his last 12 pass attempts. And the Packers have moved it to the Steelers' 43. Make it 13 straight completions, as that's a pass to Josh Jacobs. And that'll be a gain of a couple. Second down and 8 coming up. Second and 8. Here's a handoff to Jacobs, and Jacobs will be stopped after a gain of only 1, setting up third down and 7, as we're down to the final minute of the third quarter. Packers need to get to the Steelers' 33 for a first down. Love rolling right. Love throwing toward the end zone. That's caught. There's a flag on the play, however. Christian Watson with the catch at the 6-yard line, but will check the flag. Holding Pittsburgh. Green Bay will decline that. It'll be 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. First and goal, Packers. They'll spot it officially at the 7. They do snap it before the end of the 3rd quarter. And it's a handoff inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. And that's how the 3rd quarter will come to a close. 2nd and goal, Green Bay, when we begin the 4th quarter. 19-14 Steelers. But the Packers knocking on the doorstep of the go-ahead touchdown. We look at the stats through 3 quarters. 330 yards of offense for Green Bay, 219 for Pittsburgh. Both teams have been penalized 4 times, 46 yards for Green Bay, 35 for Pittsburgh. Jordan Love having a night passing the football, 23 of 28, 287 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kraft, the leading receiver, 5 catches, 117 yards and 1 touchdown. Not much in the running game, though, for Green Bay, just 43 yards rushing. Steelers have put up 219 yards of offense. Aaron Rodgers passing the football, 15 of 21, 139 yards and 1 touchdown. Jaylen Warren has rushed 11 times for 54 yards. Steelers have 85 total yards on the ground. It is a 19-14 lead for Pittsburgh, but Green Bay on the verge of a go-ahead touchdown. So here we go, 2nd and goal as we begin the 4th quarter. Football sitting at the 3. Hand off to Jacobs, right side. Jacobs, touchdown Packers. And Green Bay goes back in front. Josh Jacobs, a touchdown run. Back and forth we go. So now a 2-point attempt to go up by a field goal. Love. 2-point conversion is converted to Romeo Doubs, and the Packers lead at 22-19 with 14:55 to go. So a big answer for the Packers as they drive it down the field to retake the lead on a 10-play, 78-yard drive. 5 minutes, 39 seconds off the clock. Josh Jacobs' 3-yard touchdown run with the ensuing 2-point conversion from Love to Romeo Doubs, and it's 22-19 Green Bay. And here's the kickoff. Taken at the 7, across the 15, 20-yard line, and nowhere to go after that, and dropped at the 22. And that's where the Steelers will start this next drive. Inside their 25. First down from the 23. Rodgers looking. Rodgers is sacked. First sack of the night for Green Bay. And this will be a loss of 10. And guess who with that sack? Micah Parsons. Second down. Rodgers gets rid of it, incomplete. Third and long. Third down and a bunch. 3rd and 20 for Pittsburgh, back at the 13. And this is just a little short pass. Crowd's not going to like that call. On 3rd and 20, it goes for 6. Jonnu Smith with the reception, and now more pushing and shoving between the two teams. We had this earlier, and now we've got brewing again. So the Steelers punting from deep in their own territory. Green Bay should get very good field position out of this. Taken at the 29, across the 30, 35, and dropped at the 40-yard line. So excellent field position for the Packers. And again, we've got more pushing and shoving, and now we've got flags flying all over the place. The officials need to get control of this because this is starting to get a little out of hand between the two teams. This is the third time there's been pushing and shoving, but it's getting a little more physical each time. And this time, I saw some flags go down. So it's a personal foul against Pittsburgh, which will be an additional 15. So Green Bay is going to start this drive in Pittsburgh territory at the Steelers' 45-yard line. So one more game coming up tomorrow to wrap up Week 8, Monday Night Football game. The Chiefs hosting Washington. Monday Night Football to wrap up Week 8. So Green Bay up 3 and having the football back here in Pittsburgh territory. Very, very short field to work with for Green Bay this offensive series. So first down Packers at the Steelers 45. Fans trying to come alive and urge on their Steelers defense as the fans waving the terrible towels. A chilly, chilly evening in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. First down Packers at the 45. Here's a handoff and a big gainer. First down Green Bay to the 30-yard line. 15-yard pickup for Emmanuel Wilson. Packers with a first down. First down at the 30. Love. And it's a screen pass to Wilson, and Wilson will run out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Gain of 3. Clock running down to 11:45. Second and 7. Pass is caught and out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Another catch for Tucker Kraft, and we have an injured Packer down on the field for this 3rd down and 4 play. Jordan Love nearing 300 yards passing. Can't see who that is for Green Bay. I can't catch the number. It is good to see him get back up. That's Zach Tom, the injured Packer. 3rd down and 4 at the 24. Man in motion. Love in the shotgun. Love takes the snap. Love drops back. Love throws. 1st down. Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft. End zone touchdown, Green Bay. Tucker Kraft's 2nd touchdown of the night. This one from 24 yards. And the Packers have a 2-score lead with 10:57 to go. And the Packers take advantage of that short field. This for a 10-point lead. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 29-19, Green Bay by 10 with 10:57 to go. Drive only took 4 plays, 45 yards, 2 minutes and a second. 24-yard touchdown, Jordan Love to Tucker Kraft. And the Packers lead at 29-19. They've scored the game's last 15 points, all here in the 4th quarter, in just over 4 minutes. So now the Steelers really need to come up with an answer, as that is now 7 catches, 143 yards receiving tonight, and 2 touchdowns for Tucker Kraft. Again, another update on my upcoming live stream schedule. Be back with you tomorrow night here on my YouTube and Kick channels for Game 3 of the World Series as the scene shifts to Los Angeles. Blue Jays and Dodgers, it's all tied up in a game apiece. World Series becomes a best-of-5 now as the 2 teams split the first 2 in Toronto. That pitching matchup tomorrow night for Game 3 in Los Angeles. Max Scherzer going to take the mound for the Blue Jays. Tyler Glasnow will get the start for the Dodgers. winner will take a 2-1 lead in the World Series. As we are just about set to get this kickoff, with the Steelers now down 10. Taken inside the 5, across the 20, 25-yard line and dropped right there. And that's where the Steelers will start this next drive. Steelers have managed just 38 yards in the second half. First down, Pittsburgh from the 25. Here's a toss on first down to Warren, and Warren will pick up close to 4 on first down. Second down, 7 from the 28. Toss on second down. And this will be near first down yardage for Warren, depending on where they spot him out of bounds at. But I believe they're going to give Warren a first down. Yeah, looks like no. Looks like they're going to spot him out at the 33. And now a late flag comes in. Very late flag. Oh, looks like DK Metcalf just poked somebody on Green Bay in the eye. So a very undisciplined penalty on DK Metcalf. He's been in the league long enough. You can't be committing penalties like that. And that was after the play, so the down counts. So it's third down and 17 for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh just 1 for 8 on third downs tonight. They need 17 on this one. Rodgers is sacked back at the 16-yard line. Rashawn Gary on the sack for the Packers. And the Steelers will have to punt it away. Punt from just outside the end zone, taken at the 38 by Dobbs, across the 40 and up to the 44-yard line. And that's where the Packers will start this next drive with 8:56 to go. Up by 10. It has turned into all Green Bay here in the second half. And with 8:56 to go, up by 10, they can maybe start keeping this on the ground and use a little bit of that clock. So the Packers will get this ball with 8:56 to go, up 10. They have it at their own 44. First down. Love does not hand off, fakes the handoff, and now throws. Pass caught inside the 30-yard line. Christian Watson with the reception. 28 more yards and a Green Bay first down. First down Packers from the 28. This is Jacobs, and he goes nowhere on this first down run. Be second down. On National Tight Ends Day, Tucker Kraft is having himself a night. Second and 10 Packers, football at the Steelers 28. Packers looking for a dagger touchdown. Love throws pass short and caught. Pass was caught at the 25 by Matthew Golden, but he retreated backwards and got tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, they did not give him forward progress on that, nor should they have. Going backwards on his own. 3rd and 9 at the 27. Love throwing right side. That's caught. First down, Green Bay. Guess who? Romeo Doubs. Wasn't Tucker Kraft, but it was Romeo Doubs catching his third pass of the night. Packers in the red zone again. At the 13. And the handoff on first down will go down to about the 9-yard line for Emmanuel Wilson. Second down and 6. And Aaron Rodgers can only sit on the sideline and shake his head in frustration. Jordan Love has now completed his last 20 passes in a row in this game. Second and 6 at the 9. Love throws incomplete. He was looking in Tucker Kraft's direction, but had to throw it a little bit quicker than he wanted to with the pressure Pittsburgh was bringing. It's third down. Third and 6. Football sitting at the 9. Or just shy of it. Love looking incomplete as it goes out of bounds. Wilson, the intended receiver, So 4th down, and the Packers will bring on McManus to try to give them 3 more. McManus has missed 2 tonight, but they were long ones. This one will be from 27 yards. 28 officially, they'll say. And the snap is good, and the kick is up, and this kick is good. 3 more for Green Bay. It's 32-19 with 5:28 to go. As the Packers have now amassed 425 yards of offense. Almost 2-to-1 total yardage output between the Packers and Steelers. Jordan Love, what a night. 29 of 36 passing the football, 360 yards, 3 touchdowns. Again, one more NFL game coming up to wrap up Week 8. That's tomorrow night, Monday Night Football. Chiefs hosting Washington. Chiefs looking to go to 5-3 and stay tied with Denver for second in the AFC West. Or I'm sorry, stay tied with the Chargers in the AFC West, a game behind Denver. So Green Bay set to kick this back off to Pittsburgh. 5.5 left. So the Steelers now need 2 touchdowns with 5:28 left. Here's the kickoff. Take it at the 3, across the 10, 15, 20-yard line, and bit by the turf monster. Gainwell slips at the 23-yard line. Packers have scored the game's last 18 points, and all of those points here in the 4th quarter. It was 19-14 Pittsburgh after 3. First down to 23. Rodgers' pass is caught, and now it's incomplete as Freiermuth couldn't hold it the whole way through. It's 2nd and 10. Rodgers' pass complete. And that's a fumble. I think Green Bay has recovered. And they have. Second turnover of the night for Pittsburgh. And this a fumble. And that pretty much sums up the second half for Pittsburgh. Gainwell had it. and he just lost control of the football. And clearly a Green Bay recovery. And I stand corrected. It's only the first turnover of the night for Pittsburgh. The previous one was overturned to an incomplete pass. So this is the first turnover. Pittsburgh has 2 timeouts remaining. They may have to use them on defense now. This is a pitch to Wilson, and Wilson will have a Green Bay first down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. As we go under 5 minutes, and Green Bay going to be very content to just work this clock now. From the 14, first down. They just get that snap off. This is a toss to Emmanuel Wilson, and Wilson brought down at the 10. Fans, Pittsburgh fans anyway, starting to head for the exits. Pittsburgh just took their second timeout, so they have 1 left. Clock is stopped with 4:13 to go in the 4th. Here's a handoff on second down to the 7-yard line. Final timeout, Pittsburgh, with 4:09 to go. Well, Emmanuel Wilson for the Packers getting a lot of the carries here in the second half. So Pittsburgh out of timeouts. Third and 3 from the 7. Love rolling right. Love will just get rid of it incomplete. And it'll be 4th down. And let's see if the Packers bring McManus on again. They will. McManus 1 for 3. He just hit from 28 on the previous series. He's missed from 57 and 44. So this one for McManus will be from 25. And good. 3 more for the Packers to make it 35-19 with 3:59 to go. So Pittsburgh now needing 2 touchdowns with 2 two-point conversions to just tie this game, and they're under 4 minutes, and they are out of timeouts. McManus kicks it away. And it's taken at the 1. Across the 10, 15, 20, 25. Good return by Gainwell out to the 30. So first down, Pittsburgh. Rodgers throws on first down along the sideline. Pass is caught and out of bounds. That will stop the clock with 3:49. Calvin Austin the third with the reception for 8 yards, bringing up second down and 2. Second 2 from the 38. Pass is caught. First down, Pittsburgh, and out of bounds. Roman Wilson with the reception. Pittsburgh wanting to save as much time as they can. They're going out of bounds on these because they're out of timeouts. Rodgers, there's another catch to Austin, and again he's out of bounds, or Wilson rather, is out of bounds. Again to stop the clock at 3:37. Second and 5. Second and 5 at the 46. Rodgers in trouble. That pass was deflected and incomplete. Didn't see who that was for the Packers that got his arm up there to bat that Rodgers pass down. Oh, it's Carl Brooks. Third-year defensive end out of Bowling Green with the defensive play. Third and 5. 4 down territory at this point if you're Pittsburgh. Rodgers throws, and it is incomplete. 4th down and 5. 3:27 to go. Smith tried to catch it with one hand and almost was successful. Fourth and 5 from the 46. This to give Pittsburgh any ray of hope to stay in it. They have to convert. Rodgers throws, pass caught. That'll be a first down inside the 40 to the 39. DK Metcalf stays in bounds, though, when the clock is running. 3:10 and counting. First down at they're marking it right at the 40. Rodgers throws complete to Freiermuth. Freiermuth picks up 6. Brings up second and 4. Rodgers on 2nd and 4 throws, pass, caught, 21-yard line. Calvin Austin the third with another catch. Rodgers now at 200 yards, first down. Rodgers throws, end zone. That is incomplete. Roman Wilson thought he had it long enough for the touchdown, but the officials say otherwise. 2nd down and 10. It's a replay. Here's Wilson. There's the catch. 1 foot, 2 feet. Made a couple steps, and then the ball came out. Did that constitute a football move? 1 foot, 2 foot, still has it there. Moves 2 feet, still has it there. Then the ball comes out. Or Valentine, the defensive player, knocked it out. And now officials reverse it and say touchdown. They say Wilson had it long enough and made the football move. So it's 35-25. Pittsburgh has to go for 2 at this point. More pushing and shoving between the two teams. So this to bring it within 8 points and bring it back to a 1-score game. And the throw into the end zone, incomplete, but we've got flags. This is going to be DPI, I think. Yep. Now that'll move it to the 1. And it'll be another 2-point attempt. Clearly interference. So the Steelers will try it again from the 1. Bring it to 1 score. Rodgers throws and it's incomplete. Smith, I thought, came down with it. Jonnu Smith. Oh, that's a catch you got to make if you're Jonnu Smith. Boy, that hit him right in the hands. I know the defender came in and tackled him. But you got to make that catch and hang on to that ball if you're Jonnu Smith. So that means it is still a 2-possession game. It is 35-25. 2:07 to go. It's clearly an onside kick attempt upcoming here. If they do not recover this, Green Bay can run out the final 2+ minutes. And here comes the onside try, and it is easily recovered by Romeo Doubs and Green Bay with 2:06 left. So the Packers will take over. There will be one stoppage for the 2-minute warning. But then Green Bay can proceed to pretty much run out the final 2 minutes after that. So Green Bay will head home and take on Carolina next week at Lambeau Field. Steelers will stay at home and take on the Colts. Big game next Sunday in Pittsburgh, Colts and Steelers. Hand off on first down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go. Green Bay about to go to 5-1-1 on the season and win their third in a row. Pittsburgh about to drop their second in a row and drop to 4-3. Still be in front in the AFC North by a game and a half. And Green Bay will lead the NFC North by a half game over Detroit. Packers beat the Lions back in week 1, an opening week, at Lambeau Field. Packers and Lions will meet Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. Two-minute warning, victory formation now for Green Bay. And a whistle. Timeout, Packers. And now they'll run a play here on a run up the middle. Gain of a yard or so. Pittsburgh out of timeouts. Cannot stop it. Third down. Another handoff, and this will be a first down for Wilson, and the Packers can kneel down once and get out of Acrisure Stadium with their third win in a row. Love the kneel down, and that will do it. Packers win their third straight. They go to 5-1-1 on the season. Steelers drop to 4-3 as Aaron Rodgers comes up short against his former team tonight. Final numbers, Jordan Love, 29 of 37, 360 yards, 3 touchdowns. Emmanuel Wilson, the leading rusher for Green Bay, 11 carries, 61 yards. Josh Jacobs had 13 carries for 33 yards and a touchdown. Leading receiver tonight for the Packers, Tucker Kraft, 7 catches, 143 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 10 different receivers caught passes tonight for the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, meanwhile, 24 of 36, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns. Leading rusher was Jaylen Warren, 13 carries, 62 yards. Kenneth Gainwell added 5 carries, 31 yards. Jordan Love found 10 different receivers for the Packers tonight. Aaron Rodgers found 9. Green Bay, 454 total yards compared to Pittsburgh's 295. Time of possession, 31-48 for Green Bay, 28-12 for Pittsburgh. 6 penalties against Pittsburgh for 65 yards. Green Bay penalized 5 times for 47 yards. And that all leads to a 35-25 Packers win tonight over the Steelers. It's going to wrap it up on the live stream tonight. I appreciate you joining me. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John, my YouTube handle. If you do like my content, really would appreciate a like and subscribe. Really help out a lot. Also on Kick tonight at Sports Kick John. I'll be back with you on my live stream on YouTube and Kick tomorrow night. Game 3 of the World Series. Blue Jays and Dodgers scene shifts to Los Angeles for a crucial Game 3 tomorrow. Hopefully you can join me on the live stream for that. And hope to talk to you again tomorrow. Again, John, good night.